Hey guys, I'm out here with my Onan Emerald Plus 3 generator on my motorhome. I've been having some problems with it just clicking when I hit the starter. So I read on some forums and they told me to replace that little guy right there. You can see he's all brand new. That is the solenoid for the starter. Lo and behold, that was not my problem. So my problem is now the actual starter itself. So what it was doing, it was just clicking. When you push the button, just click, 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 click. I thought it sounded like the solenoid was working properly, but it is a pretty old solenoid and the connectors were pretty corroded on the bottom there. So I went ahead and replaced that. That was about a $45 part. Now what we're going to be looking at, and I'll see if I can get the camera over here in the mirror. That is my starter right there. I don't know if I can flip. I'm going to flip the camera around. Now I've got to get my big body in there. And no, not going to happen. So anyway, starter's right there. There's a bolt on the bottom, bolt on the top, and then there's one wire that connects to the back. You can kind of see it on the bottom. Right there is the power wire that comes in. Got a bolt here. Luckily, my generator's old enough to where it doesn't have the nuts on the back side of the starter bolts. I did see a video on that where a guy actually had to pull his whole gen set out and to get to a starter, which is a real pain in the butt. So luckily we're not going to do that, but yeah, it's dirty. It's the Arizona desert. So what I'm going to do is I'll update this video once I get the starter out and get a replacement starter. I can't hold this phone and record removing the starter at the same time, so I'll just catch up with you later. Alright guys, we're back out here with part 2 of my generator repair. So in the first video, I told you I had to pull the starter. I already replaced the solenoid, which was not my problem. So now you're seeing a comparison of the starter that I ordered versus the starter that came out of it. Double checked all the numbers and everything, and this is supposed to be the appropriate replacement. This is an aftermarket. It's not a genuine Onan part. So you can see there's a bit of difference. Of course, the newer one is shorter. The gear on the front, like, it doesn't have the big thing on the end with the spring. They actually put the spring down on the shaft where the Bendix gear rolls up. I checked the throw on these. The throw is actually the same, so this should be a direct fit. As I stated in my first video that I didn't have nuts on the back of the bolts that hold the starter in, that was not true. There are some nuts back there, but they're actually, they have insets in the cast of the mount there, and they're actually sitting inside there. So once I got the bolts out, I could feel them in there. So hopefully they won't fall out. I do have enough room where I think I can reach my hand in there. So we're going to pick this up after I install the starter and make sure it works. And if this is my the end of my problems for my no start, or my just clicking and no start problem. I know it's not my batteries. Did check my batteries. Checked my voltage regulation from one side to the other. I am getting full power, and this generator did start. It just gets to that point where it just sits there and clicks on me. So we'll pick this back up after I get the starter in, and we'll see if we're successful. Okay guys, here we go. Moment of truth. Starter is in. Everything's hooked up. So let's give her a shot. And there you go. All fixed up. Right on. So, looks like the starter, even though there was a little change of design, fits up just fine. Like I said, all it was doing before was just click, click, click. Now it rolls over perfect. Alright. One project down, off to the next.